Yo guys, I just wanted to say I got a banger of a YouTube video for you today. Just so you know, I'm still recovering from my crash. I recorded this video a little bit ago after Maddie started to go on live streams. She's talking smack, spreading rumors about how I cheated on her or Megan. She's discussing my sexuality and the like.
I don't know, bro. I don't know what happened with CJ Clark.
It's basically just her saying a bunch of things without really saying anything. Like somebody will comment, did he cheat on you? And she'll go, I don't know, while giving the camera a little look. She won't stand on business on anything because she knows she's in the wrong. Both of these girls are making videos lip syncing the sounds or songs, kind of taking hits at me without really saying anything. They're not standing on business on anything because they know that they're in the wrong. They won't talk about anything because they know that they're in the wrong. And I've kept my mouth shut about this entire time. It's bothered me for sure, but I've decided to try to ignore it. After the first incident, I confronted Maddie about this since I was very confused. We had agreed to be friends after we decided that it wouldn't work. After I decided it wouldn't work. I asked her why she wouldn't come and talk to me about any of her feelings. Come directly to me about any rumors that she might have heard to try to get to the bottom of this before just making videos about it. And to my surprise, she apologized for that originally. I didn't expect to be making this video while I'm still recovering from my crash, but Maddie posted this story on her Instagram. I'm just going to put this on the screen for you guys to read. This really shocked me because, again, like, she contacted me after the crash. She was like, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah, we talked for a little bit. She checked up on me. She's saying I'm still milking the crash, which, to be fair, I just crashed a few days ago. If you want to call it milking, fine. I do social media for a living. I'm trying to find a good lesson out of this crash, even though I feel like there really isn't a good one to find. And I'm trying to set a good example for future bikers. Hopefully that they learn from my mistakes so that they don't end up like me. So I was, to be honest, quite dumbfounded by this. I sent her the screenshot. I didn't really say anything after that. I was hoping that she would respond being like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't expect you to see that. Something, you know, and she didn't respond. And so I was like, okay, cool. That prompted me to make my response, which you can pause the video and read here if you're curious. Maddie then started up a live stream, and which you're going to see a couple of the clips through. She just went right back to spreading more rumors. And so here's the full story, told from my point of view.
All right. Well, I was just texting Maddie earlier, and he seemed all right. Well, I'm a little fired up. I was just chilling here, vibing with my buddies at Chipotle, when I get a call that two of my exes, I'm using quotes, not to be mean or anything, but I'm going to get into it, are, collaborating. And so I want to make this video completely unscripted. I'm literally on the spot. I was recording another video earlier. I had the cameras off, but this kind of prompts me to kind of speak from the heart a little bit. So I'm going to get into it. Now, these girls haven't made like any full expose videos. I'm just like getting ahead on this now. I'm recording this now, basically. Probably when they go to release their videos, I'm not going to be able to record in a timely manner or in a sane manner. And so I'd rather do this now while I kind of have my head on my shoulders and I can kind of think straight and talk about things before anything. I've never cheated on anybody. I never hurt anybody. I never did anything illegal. I don't know what they're going to say about me, but I never did anything to hurt anybody. The reason I use quotes when talking about me and Maddie is because we agreed to originally date. It was only after the fact when she got home where I was the one who decided that I wanted to break it off. Megan, on the other hand, I met her, I want to say July. It was like June or July of last year, 2023. And this started as a very casual, to be honest with you, when I first met her, I wasn't terribly interested in her, which this is going to sound mean to say, but this is important to understand the full context of this story. February of 2023, I met this girl that like really took me for a ride all of 2023 and kind of continue on 2024. I had an on and off thing with that girl at the time, and in one of the off periods I met Megan. To be truthfully honest with you, when I first met Megan, I terribly wasn't interested in her. She's not my type. If you guys have ever seen a picture of a girl that I've dated in the past, which you probably haven't, but if you did, Megan's not really the spitting image of that. She's not my type, basically, is what I'm saying. Now, me and Megan continued to see each other over the course of the summer, but what Megan doesn't know is during the periods that I wouldn't talk to Megan, like weeks or even a month at a time, I was seeing the other girl that I had met. I didn't see anything wrong with this. Me and Megan never had any talks of an official relationship, and so I just kind of ghosted her for the majority of 2023. And when it came around September, I believe, off the top of my head, again, I don't have these dates in front of me and the girl I really, really liked, we cut each other off. Something happened between me and the girl that I was seeing, and we weren't gonna see each other anymore. And so I very quickly hit up Megan just as someone to be there. But at no point in this story did me and Megan ever have the boyfriend-girlfriend conversation or if we're dating conversation. And if she ever asked, I believe I always just pointed it to something casual. Eventually, me and Megan would get together officially. However, this is something I'm sure Megan's going to bring up because this upset her deeply. But what I'm sure Megan is going to bring up is that I coincidentally made out with a girl at a hotel that me and my friends were staying at 2 weeks before me and Megan made it official. Now, look, morally, probably not the greatest thing I've ever done, but if you don't have that conversation with me, that if we're dating or are we boyfriend or girlfriend, I am just gonna assume otherwise. Not being able to cross that language barrier, to me, just tells me that you're naive. You gotta be able to communicate with somebody and tell them what you really want, or looking for something. So I made out with a girl 2 weeks before me and Megan made it official. And after that 2 week period, when I was talking to Megan, telling her, I told her specifically that this is the day I want to mark us actually getting together. Because I had told her I'd been talking to other people. She never knew the exact timeline of that. But no, I never cheated on Megan. She never had that conversation with me on if we were dating or not. After we got together, I was nothing but loyal to that girl. The thing is about Megan is I really did try to like dating her. I just didn't know any better. I knew getting into the relationship, I really didn't like her. I didn't vibe with her. She didn't really vibe with me, no matter how hard she thought she did. But at the end of the day, when she got hey girl-lied by the girl who I made out 2 weeks before we officially made it official, I just didn't have the energy to try to keep the relationship going. I just knew the direction was going in, and I figured, imagining had we ever got married, I don't know, I would hate that. I couldn't be married to that girl, and she can't be married to me. That's not a good situation to be in. And so I made a decision from there to cut it off. I didn't want to continue to fight for that. And this, of course, upset Megan, but if she still wants to get angry about it to this day, months after this has ended, I hope it's just to feel validated, because any other reason just feels like it's just chasing clout at this point, which I think it's a shame. I really thought she was better than that. That's why I was really trying to like that girl. She seemed very kind. She's very sweet. That girl is the epitome of sweetness. She was just very kind. But that wasn't what I was vibing with. It just like really throws out everything I thought she was now that she's doing this now. Like, it's just crazy to me. I would have never let it get that far. Now, Maddie, on the other hand, I went in, it was almost like the opposite. I went into Maddie thinking I was really gonna like her. She seemed like pardon my language here, she seemed like a bad bitch. She seemed tough. We shared about each other's past a little bit. She seemed like she's tough. You know, she's got a good head on her shoulders. And when we hung out, among various personal reasons I'm not going to get into, hanging out with her, I just very quickly realized that the image I had of her in my head very much wasn't what I met in real life. Almost dropped my bike a few times. She just kind of seemed like every other girl that I knew, just with like the bad bitch color palette.
Just so we're clear about the reasons why I broke up with Maddie, she's just an arrogant person. Her stances on politics were her biggest turnoff for me, not necessarily because of her stances. I obviously disagree with her on a lot of things, but I do remember I sat down with her and I asked her, and she had no explanation. She had no explanation to explain why she felt the way that she felt about modern politics. And she also said that she wouldn't be voting in this election. And I cannot date someone who says that they won't vote. I can't do it. Every person below the age of 40 has a duty to vote. And I believe that. It's a sign of stupidity to me if you're just unwilling to vote. If you cannot do the research and figure out an opinion and form a solid, strong opinion on your own, it's stupid. Unfortunately, there is a lot of stupid in this world. I just have no interest in dating it. And as for Megan, I just couldn't click with her, as I said in the video, no matter how I tried. Now, she's not the catalyst to why I'm posting this video. She is the catalyst as to why I made it. I'm not going to go further into depth of why I didn't like her or why I didn't click with her. But again, I broke up with Megan. When she came to me about this thing that she wanted to fix, she did say back then that she was willing to fix it and work on it. I just took the out. I broke up with these girls, no matter how much they try to twist it, saying that I fumbled them.
You're the Ducati because he liked you the most, but still ended up wrecking you.
It's not true. I did not see them as good partners.
Maddie kind of makes me mad because I was really nothing but nice to her. I flew her out here under my own dollar. Yeah, she got stuck with a really shitty flight that was delayed for hours, but I had no control over that. I paid for her flight. I brought her out here, lent her my bike, and she gets mad that I filmed it and posted. Yeah, you're coming to hang out with a guy who does social media for a living, and we're gonna go riding. Because we still hung out off camera. But yeah, she got a taste of what my real life is like. I record a lot of it. I don't even post half of it. A quarter of that doesn't even get seen. I really, Maddie, you make me so just disappointed. But your reasoning on politics honestly gives me all I need to know about that. Whatever, a lot of this just seems like it's a big clout grab because I can't go 2 scrolls without someone seeing some video talking about me or mentioning me. Tons of views, but it's just like, I'm not cool with the lies being told. No, I didn't date Megan for a year. That's a completely made up number. No, we started dating in October, borderline November. We broke up in like April, right? Something like that. May, April. It's like barely a relationship. I'm still talking about it. Whatever. It's not the first and sure won't be the last. Oh, and I'm just gonna include this segment just in case, because Maddie still hasn't. We've been texting like all day. Like, we've been texting like we're friends, and then literally I find out while we were texting she was posting videos about me, and I'm just like, why? Like, I thought we were friends or whatever. At no point did she come to me and like ask me personally one-on-one. Let me just explain this CJ video since I'm already getting into like all this controversy. While I went to CJ's house over the summer, CJ made a video where he used a sound that was probably less than desirable, making a video kind of making fun of Megan for how me and her broke up, and I immediately went to a well-known bi guy's house. Well, let me just say, not to throw CJ under the bus, I had nothing to do with that video. I don't know if you were paying attention in that video. I am not paying attention. CJ just quickly let me see the caption, and I was just like, oh yeah, it's fine, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was fine. And lo and behold, Megan took that pretty hard. She quickly came to me, immediately threatening to dox me if I don't make him take that video down. I don't have any control over CJ. I'm a guest at his house. I am but a servant to his hospitality. Yeah, she was very mad about that, and I couldn't really do anything. My hands were tied. It wasn't my video to take down. I don't have any power over CJ, and I was just like, I'm sorry, Megan. I don't know what to do. And so I told her to just contact CJ, and they dished it out for a little bit. She said a bunch of mean things to CJ. Like, she was kind of like attacking him. He still has the DMs for that, I'm sure. But she kind of just made him mad, and so he didn't want to take the video down. And then she threatened to dox me with my real name, my parents' address. Kind of a douche move. Didn't really have to do that, but already we're here. And I feel like this could have all been very much avoided had we just had a conversation instead of just ghosting me. It's like all things we could figure out in private, but this is why you don't hear from the quiet ones, though, because they're the best. If you're watching this, love you, even though you hate me. But this is why you guys don't even know the names of the real ones, because all these girls seem to want to do is chase clout. But who am I to talk about that? The quiet, oh dude, the ones you don't even know about. I got some good stories, maybe for another day.
And just in case you need more evidence that this was all just for clout, look at some of these clips.
Oh no, what will I ever do? Oh well, it's not doing me any harm. I could care less. I've gotten about 40 follows since he posted it. Oh honey, it's why I pulled the creator that you all drool over. Because all you're doing is just running up my views for everything. 8 people follow me within the last 4 minutes.
And with that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video and maybe learned something about me. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.